So in 3.0, they updated the enemies lineup for the Spiral Abyss. On the floor 12, however, it's just the same as the previous patch, with the first half having multiple waves of enemies and the second half being a DPS check. But the question is, can we clear this so-called DPS check with only using 4-star characters and 4-star weapons? Let's just find out. And as for the team comms, I'm using my trusty 4-star teams since version 1.2, with the Electro Charge comm on the first half and Melt team on the second half. The first team consists of Sucrose as the on-field reaction driver, EM buffer, and also crowd control support for the team. Xingqiu as the Hydro single target DPS and also healer for the team, using his passive on this skill that can also provide damage reduction, Beidou as the AoE DPS and shielder, and also Fischl as the battery for Beidou, while also providing a good amount of single target DPS. The second team is kinda simple, Rosario and Xiangling as the main DPS of each element, and Kaya and Bennett as the battery for each element, with Kaya also providing DPS and Bennett with the thumbs up buff. The team will be kind of a brain dead reverse melt team, because anyone can proc melt, so I built all of them with DPS build. Now let's just get to the fighting, shall we? The rotation is not that complicated, just throw your burst before swirling everything with Sucrose. But I start with Xingqiu with 4 noblesse before doing a big fat counter on Beidou and then doing burst, and then go for Fischl, and then swirling everything with Sucrose. That will be my rotation for the whole video. Oh, and here's a sick counter from Beidou again. We don't really need to worry about the robot's weak point, because their attacks is already enough to cancel whatever attacks they are doing. After that, I just do the same to the flying robot, except for the Beidou counterpart, because it sure loves to sit down over there. And I cleared it in the competitive time of 1 minute 14 seconds. As for the second half, I'm going for my wife, the Eremite Desert Clearwater is her name. Phew. Can't let them find out I'm simping for this girl. But after seeing the musketeer guy dashes away, I prioritize him before he uses his shield. And also, always remember to put Bennett's burst first before adding random shits to the rotation. And after clearing the Eremite Desert Clearwater and the random crossbow guy, I rush to the musketeer guy first before he uses his shield, and after that, we go for these 2 Electro Bros and... yeah, so I restarted again, doing the same rotation over and over and over again. And I cleared it with 9 seconds remaining. Quite a good time for a 4 stars only run. The next chamber is the most satisfying chamber, but not because of this maiden, but because enemies here are humans. So when human type enemies with Sucrose, we get the most satisfying grouping crowd control. Check out how this Season Mage flying around. And also this Beidou counter. For the second half, we have Primo Geofishap with Pyro Resistance as an enemy. You can let the Geofishap attack you with its Geo attack to crystallize his fire shield, and we can use it against him. Geofishap, more like Geofish upon these nuts. And also this Beidou counter. Even though our Pyro DPS deals less damage than usual, the Cryo doesn't. And on this team, Cryo actually shines with reverse melt, so we're just melting this guy's HP in no time. And I cleared it with 30 seconds left. The previous chambers was going smoothly, except for the part where I lost my internet. But what about the final chamber? First half has 2 waves. The first one is these fish ships, which can drain your energy. But this is where the sacrificial weapon shines, because we can use our skill twice and all of my team is equipped with sacrificial weapon. Is this actually a sacrificial weapon showcase? Always has been. So yeah, anyways. What the actual fuck? As a team without a true healer, we have to rely on Beidou's shield to protect us from the bubbles and the ice prison below. But the shield can only protect us from so much damage. And the other mushroom has Hydro debuff, which reduces our cooldown. As a result, we have to properly dodge or tank it. So yeah, I restart the chamber, and also this Beidou counter. And when we get to the second wave, I was really confused on what to do. So I go to the Hydro mushroom, but then I see the Cryo one flying around, so I chase it. After that, this happened. That was really close. And then I go for the ice mushroom first. Then I go for anyone low enough HP to defeat. But I think it's better theoretically to do the Hydro one first, and then Cryo, and lastly Dendro. The second half is just a DPS check, so I think it's not worth it to explain what I do here, because it's just a mindless pressing Q and E. So yeah, a bit of disclaimer. Most of my 4 stars used on this team are C6, so it could be harder to pull off with lower constellations, but it's still doable. We can definitely clear the Spiral Abyss 12 using only 4 stars. Enjoy the rest of my struggles to reach 9 stars, Thank you so much for watching up to this point, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!